Okay, guys, I have something really quick to share with you. Bro, this is a game I play with an accuracy of 98.1 or 2, I don't know, 98.1 or 98 point. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, if you consider this to be Africa's biggest win or Africa's immortal games, let me know in the comment section. So I mean, go into this game. I was playing with the white pieces, and I started with my simple pawn push, pawn e4, and my opponent responded with e5. I play knight f3 with knight c6. I go bishop c4. The Italian defense opponent already play knight f6. We have pawn d3. This is the Italian setup, bro. If you don't know how to play Italian, bro, this is just how to play the Italian setup. So it's good for you, bro. You can practice a lot of lines about the Italian, but yeah, this is the setup. We have bishop e7. I go knight c3, and after pawn d3, d6. All of these are purely books move. We have pawn h3, this, and I play a3. Starfish thinks you should go more forcing by playing pawn e4. So my opponents go castle. I castle as well. We see bishop here. I plug in the knight into my opponent's half, and we see bishop captures. All right, normally we used to see like knight captures, so Starfish already say, okay, if you are going to plug in your knight into my half, I'm also interested in plugging the knight into your half. Yeah, I mean, this is how Starfish wants you to do it. Like, I mean, plug in the knight into his half, let him have this pawn, constantly disturb him in, and yeah, Starfish thinks I can play this and allow this and this, put pressure on this, but then he can defend with this, and all of this is just going to be this and this. But in the game, I'm just showing the various lines you can technically see in the games, but then in the game, that is not exactly what happened, because after plugging the knight into opponents have the bishop captures, and I took with the pawn, now hitting the knight, and the knight go backs. Okay, Starfish says, all right, this is no longer okay. Putting the knight here is no longer okay, which is why my opponent drop back his knight to b8. I go rook e1. We see knight back to d7, and I drop back. Bro, if you ask me, why do you drop this bishop backs? Okay, here's the catch. Here is it. Let me explain it to you. This knight going to this square is going to rotate back to this square, and there's no way this guy will be able to support putting pressure on this pawn, which is why after bishop back, my idea is to play pawn here to support that pawn. And yeah, opponent spotted, all right, okay, if you are going to play that, I have something else to play, and he goes rook e8. We see bishop g5. Now it doesn't make sense, bro. Just go with your initial plan, but there's no attacks on my pawn, so why do I go for my initial attacks? All right, we'll see. And opponent now finally captures. Yeah, he captures. It makes sense. Do you know the reason why he captures this? Because yeah, you have to take, or you have to drop back or something, and this knight can just take back, which is exactly what happened in the game. Bishop captures, knight drop back to takes, and here Starfish unleash three combination move that allowed my opponent to resign, and after three move, completely winning. You can see the valuation bar, it has skyrocketed to 2.7. Crazy. Starfish says Afiches is winning, and Afiches spot it. Bro, it's not the normal bishop sacrifice. It's a combination that cannot be altered. Did you see that the rook already moved from this square? So what can you do now to put pressure on this pawn? Knight hopping to g5. It's a great move. It's not like a brilliant, but great. Like, it is just a great silly move. Pushing putting the pawn on the knight on g5. Sorry, I mean to call the knight, not that. And what can you do? Pawn push, now blocking the bishop part. All right, the bishop, bro, I'm just going to block your part. The knight support the pawn. There's nothing here. Unknown to my opponent beats that I have a concrete evidence why I play that move, which is queen h5. Queen h5 threatening all of this. Bro, how are you going to stop it? I mean, you can stop one, you can stop one attacks, you can stop both. You can stop bots. You can stop bots, and opponents stop the wrong idea. He stop this one. I mean, you should literally stop. Probably you should literally stop this. You should stop. Yeah, I don't even know which stop, bro. I mean, he stopped one. You should try and stop this one. So how are you going to stop that? So the queen sneaking in, queen capture on f7. And did you see the idea? After king slide to h8, the only move. Did you see the beautiful move? Knight sneaking to e8, and there is no stopping grabbing the queen or threatening a mate e1, which my opponent saw, and he said, bro, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you. And my opponent just said, bro, look at it. Look at the insane combination. I have one more games to share, so don't go, bro. Don't go. Yeah. Real quick, I'm going to share another game that looks also juicy, bro. Juicy. Like, yeah, that game is juicy, bro. I have something to share. Where is it? All right, here we go. This game will also play with an accuracy of 96. So tell me which of this game, okay, 97.4 according to Starfish. I played this game with accuracy of 97.4. So among these two games, you are going to pick in the comment section which one you think it's more brutal from me. All right, let's go. E4 is what I start, and we see the Scandinavian defense on the board. Knight up in, I like playing, bro. This is solid. This is, you don't play this. You allow your opponent to take, because after knight captures, you put pressure on the knight. C4 immediately just putting pressure on the knight, and after the knight drop back, bro, you can just develop. We say develop. See this castle. We say this, and I strike, not taking this. And after pawn captures, we see bishop captures. All right, bishop captures. It's a mistake, bro. This is just a mistake, bro. How is Safi just going to find the right way to deal with it? And all right, you're just going to take. And after knight, queen captures, okay, maybe knight captures will have been a little bit clever, but queen captures, we see bishop checks. Now, the knight drop back to block. Stuff is say, bro, at this point, you've lost the right to castle. Just move your king. That is the only way that's served. All right, opponent block. This knight is defending this queen. So, yeah, this knight makes sense. It makes sense. So, what do you have? We have another bishop, rook checks. Okay. Yeah, it's okay. The bishop can just like, the bishop blocks. So the bishop blocks. There's a pin, there's a queen threat. What is Safi just going to play? Okay. Do we have a brilliant move like a bishop or a rook sacrifice? Nope. No. We see queen just slide into e4, just putting robust attack on this. Nothing spoil, like, I mean, you can castle, not yet, because your bishop will then hang if you castle. Okay, opponent need to come up with a good idea. Yeah, the idea with this is that if you try to castle, I get your bishop. And if you try to mix, I mean, reasonable move, okay, maybe, maybe if opponent was smart enough, maybe there's this just to prevent me from going there, maybe then I would just take a pawn and I'll just back out. But he didn't see what was coming, which is why he moved the king away from harm's way. And after just slugging bishop c4, now putting pressure on the rook, putting pressure on the queen. How do you help that? Your opponent say, okay, all right, you put an attack on my queen. I'm going to do the same to my queen, to your queen, and he played this. All right, I was like, what? What is this? First of all, this is the free pawn. Second of all, bro, I can just take the queen. I take the queen, and opponent resign, because why not? If you take, I take here. I'm getting in. I'm getting his +4 already. I'm cooking, bro. I'm going to cook. So yeah, these are the two games I happily want to share. Hope you enjoy it, bro. If you enjoy it, let me know in the comment section. If you want me to post more of this, I'll happily do that. See you in the next round. Have a wonderful time. Bye.